The left is always demanding we have a serious conversation about race or income inequality or healthcare. But there's a problem I'd like to talk about that the left never brings up. There's an important aspect of our society that goes strictly beyond politics. It won't be fixed by who we choose as our next president, or politicians we elect locally, or the senators we elect, or even can be fixed in our lifetimes. It's maybe the hardest problem we have to deal with in our society at the moment. It's the sheer volume of unchecked mental illness in this country. We've been told an enormous lie that we can be anything we want to be. But at the same time, the economy, the good paying jobs, the social order, the religious order, the golden rule, the American dream, the old sense of civic duty, those things all died off. It's actually very hard to be Mr. Squaresville in America today. America has been in crisis mode for most people's entire lifetimes. And it turns out you can't be whatever you want to be. American society has trapped most people into mediocrity, living paycheck to paycheck, hopelessly in debt, with your crappy job that your useless degree got you. This is a real-life example of Ted Kaczynski's learned helplessness concept. The only thing you really have control over is your appearance and your words. So where has this extremely superficial individualism and unchecked mental illness supposed to go in a time of national boredom and economic downturn? Well, it's taken the path of least resistance. It's went into a narcissistic and nihilistic approach to life. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. My actions no longer have any consequences to society because I've freed myself from the burden of caring about others. I'm angry at the system for lying to me in the first place. So what's holding me back from being actively harmful? I don't care about the system. The system doesn't care about me. So I'll flail myself around in the mosh pit of life, carelessly hitting anything that happens to get in my way. It's like the school shooter inflicting as much carnage as possible before offing himself. It's not supposed to make sense. That's the point. The pain is the point. Are you really this way? Or are you just mad at your dad? Or mad at a system that you transplant all your insecurities onto? If the saying, hurting people hurt people, is true, then these are nothing but damaged goods. These are the eggs of life that had to crack along the way to make the liberalism omelet. You can be whatever you want to, as long as it doesn't hurt other people. That was the omelet. And this is the consequence. Unfettered mental illness given the go-ahead by the government to streak through the stadium of life butt naked. Whatever mental illness doesn't slide into the gutter of homelessness gets propped up, supported, worshipped, listened to, and hailed as valid. Instead, it's those of us who are sane that get all the derogatory labels and treatment. It's another example of opposite day as a way of life. It's the inmates in charge of the asylum. So what do we do about this huge problem we have in America? Well, I'll refer you to part 1 of this series where I make some suggestions about how other societies in the past have handled this type of issue. Is that the right solution? I'm not sure. It sure feels like it every time I see one of these videos pop up on my feed. Like I said at the start, there's no good way to deal with these people. Every civil solution ends up violating their rights. You can't persuade them or show them clips of Tucker Carlson or take them to church or reason with them at all. As the saying goes, you can't reason with people who weren't reasoned into it in the first place. Just food for thought. Anyways, that's all the time I have for today. If you like this video and type of content that I'm making, consider giving this video a like or maybe subscribing to the channel. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.